What's up guys, on first episode of my YouTube channel we'll talk about my drift Bimmer setup and everything you need to know for drifting. First thing you need to have in your car is welded diff, hydro e-brake, angle kit, bucket seats, steering wheel, suspension and seat belts. That's the most useful upgrades you need to have in your drift car. I have welded diff, that's normal thing, we don't have money for LSD. Second, hydro e-brake. That's the best thing you can do for your car, because you saw my Toge crash on a nitrate channel. That was because I didn't have a hydro e-brake. That's the most useful in my opinion and the biggest help when you drift. You can start your drift by hydro e-brake. You can also control more your rear of a car using hydro e-brake, and in my opinion is after diff the best mod you can do. Also you can make angle kit. If you want to buy same angle kit I have in my E36, just Odessa CNC, it's my friend Błażej. Angle kit decrease your chance to spin out because your wheels have bigger angle when you steering. Probably that's the normal steering for your car. When you put the angle kit, you increase the steer to do this. Suspension. About suspension, you need to lower your car because of point of mass is lower. Your car will be stiffer and you will have better handling. The car will be much harder to spin out and to oversteer. That's why people putting coilovers, tractor springs. For example, I have tractor springs on the rear and Volkswagen Transporter shock absorbers. Also, you can buy in my opinion, you can buy the cheapest suspension. I have about $300 suspension on the front, and it's really good for drifting, for start drifting. When you're starting drifting, not buy the most expensive things you can afford. That's the point, because a lot of people building their cars 3 months, 4 months and don't drift it. Just buy new part, drift it, change some parts, drift it all the time. Bucket seats are really help you to stay in position when you're driving, because when you have just normal seats, you don't have this fucking side panels and you flying on the car and you can't focus on drifting. Welded diff is the most useful upgrade in your car, because when you will not weld your diff, one of the wheel will start spinning, the second one will be stay in same position because the differential. When you weld it, your wheels will spin in the same speed and that will help you to start drifting. Also, when you weld the diff, your car will be so predictable on the corners and when you drift. Next thing you need to change is steering wheel. Why? Because the sport steering wheels are smaller and have better grip and are lighter and easier to drift, to control everything, and you can adjust the offset of the steering wheel and the diameter of the steering wheel to your needs. And next thing is seat belts. That's really important because it's about your safety and also about your position behind the wheel. When you have fastened seat belts, you will not fly inside the car and you will stay stiff in your car, but you can't use just OEM seat belts. You need to buy something better, like 4-point, 5-point, 6-point seat belts. I have fake Takata, which is not the best, but it was in my car. They survived the hit on the Toge, which was really big impact. That's, I think, okay. Also, a lot of people ask me some question about my Bimmer. and I will try to answer some. The people want a full part list of E36. Okay, we can do this. Engine is 2.5 liter M55 B25. It's from E39. Camshafts are from other engine, I don't know. The manifold intake is from other engine too. Wheels are Insignia Stilis, like always. GT class wing. Bucket seats are Bimarco. And so seat belts are fake Takata. Steering wheel is slide. It's really cheap steering wheel in Poland. Just welded diff. I don't have money for LSD. Angle kit Odessa CNC from Błażej. The same guy who made spacers for Kevin. Also, I don't really have nothing more in this car. I had hydro e-brake from Swagger Customs and shifter from also Odessa CNC. What's your favorite part of your car? Probably engine. It have 200 horsepower about. We checked it on dyno, and it's in so good condition. Didn't take any oil and not overheating. A lot of people on drift events are whole time doing something with his cars. When I was on Seduced last time, I was drifting whole time, just changing the tires and drifting. No overheat, no oil consumption, consumpzione, le baguette. Dobra, fajną masz tą Polarę. Dzięki. Future plan for E36. Okay, future plan for E36. Probably, that's not 100%. I will buy a body kit from Musk Customs and the bacon kit and the wing from Musk Customs, and maybe the color will change, but I don't really know. If you have nice color, just DM me and we'll think about it. Is the color of your car is what you wanted it, or just happened to be that? I bought it like this. No, I bought it fully upgraded, and only things I changed is the livery, and I crashed whole front on the Toge. That's mostly this, because this car is pretty nice and it was pre-built. I bought it, but on the next season, probably next season, I will change whole this car to new style. What are the plans for this BMW? That's what is everything you have done to it, and what do you want to do in the future? I did nothing with this car. I did nothing. I changed the livery, crashed the front, and also no kurwa. I add a short shifter. I changed the suspension in the front. I changed the shock absorbers in the rear. I changed the angle kit because all of them parts was there, but the handling of this car wasn't so good, so I changed this. Also I add hydro e-brake after crash in Toge. History about the buying process. Buying process was so mad. When we went to buy this car, we go to other side of Poland, buy my car, my Mazda, and we bought it. We bought the E36. We go to the other town just for chill for a few days, and when we want to return to the house, Mazda starts doing some noises and just blew up the engine, and we had to put Mazda on a lorry and go BMW about 600 kilometers, and it take us about 14 hours of driving. Because the car is so low, we had to be aware about the front lip, about the miska olejowa, about everything. And the car had the big arrow in front and this arrow, and we were worried about it will fall off. Kurwa, ale tam najbałem czasami, kurwa, 7 kurwa naraz, zamieszane, kurwa. Yeah! No, hit jak ten film. welded diff, miska olejowa, toggle crash.